Saturday morning, Orlando, Florida. It's 7:53. Getting ready to get up, start a new day. First things first, thank God for waking me up. Thank God for allowing me to rest. Feel good waking up. Go get some breakfast and start my adventure, experience, journey for today. Good morning, Florida. Saturday morning. Just had some breakfast. Today's a clear day. I'm sitting out here by the pool. And I'm gonna put my feet in the water. Take a look at the pool. Overall, it's just a nice place, nice water park. You gotta bring your kids and stuff. But my quest is to make the best of this particular few days. See what happens. How you doing?
Thank you.
So,
Keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the van at all times as well. Hold on tight to loose items. It can be a bumpy ride as we're starting our 2-week journey here into the Little Italy Forest. Lots of bushes and trees, lots of very shy, reserved animals with some unique camouflage. So keep your eyes peeled, cameras ready as we head on through. Right away on your right-hand side, you'll first find the okapi. Wasn't discovered until 1901. Once thought to be a mythical creature for their unique coloration all over their bodies. However, the okapi is the only known relative to the giraffe. So they'll use their foot-long tongue, kind of like a large hand, to munch on the stronger leaves and grasses nearby. With tongues so long, they'll use them to clean their eyeballs and noses. Especially when first born, baby okapi won't poop or defecate for 2 months. That allows any potential danger nearby to stay far away from them while they're still learning their surroundings and learning how to walk around. Speaking of surroundings, there's little bits of red clay, mud, and dirt nearby. For our top left hillside, you'll find the black rhino. Black rhinos are a very solitary species. That just means they like to hang out by themselves rather than with others. And surprisingly, they're a very small species of rhino, only weighing about 3,000 pounds. They'll use their prehensile pointed lip, kind of looks like an upside down triangle, to munch on the stronger leaves and grasses nearby. While their horns are going to be made of keratin, the same protein as your hair and fingernails, so quite strong when all clumped together like so. Their cone ear is going to help them hear sounds quite well throughout the forest, allowing them to return back to the trees to stay nice and hidden. You can help out animals here by reducing, reusing, and recycling paper, or also swapping on over to bamboo. Bamboo up ahead is a grass species that grows about 3 feet a day. It's quite abundant and quite durable too, making a great replacement for paper. Sometimes a good hiding spot for some other animals like the greater kudu on that far left, the larger light brown antelope way far back left, standing about 5 feet high to just their shoulders, known for their agility skills, gracefully hopping on over any obstacles in the way to stay far away from any potential danger nearby. Those white stripes on their backs kind of resemble the light shining out through the leaves and bushes, helping them hide very well in between the brushes. But we are leaving the Little Ituri Forest, as Ituri does mean little. We're going to make our way on over to Safi River next. Safi River will start on your right-hand side, and then soon cross on over to our left, so give views both left and right to come around. Especially with all the birds down below. The larger white birds with the larger beaks and feet are pink-backed pelicans right next to the Nile hippopotamus. Pink-backed pelicans will hang out in large groups or families, known as a pod, with a beautiful pink coloration hidden on their back, just under the wings. Kind of looks like they're blushing during nesting season, which is when that pink color grows the brightest. On average, pods will have more than 500 individuals within their families. Super social species, also known to be colonial. While the Nile hippopotamus will hang out in large groups of families known as a bloat. They'll have their heads just above the surface of the water at times, helping them navigate, as they have eyes, ears, nose, and mouth all in the same area, and sense of touch too. But they can hold their breath for about 8 minutes at a time. So even while sleeping, they'll naturally rise and fall to catch their breath without waking up, which is pretty cool. Although it looks like they're floating, they're actually fully standing on the bottom of the river bend, which is why in Greek terminology they're nicknamed the water horse. That's because rather than swimming, they much prefer to hop and walk along the bottom of the river bends to save their energy for later. Sometimes when they're speaking to one another, that noise is going to be known as bloating. And you can kind of get a good idea of how large they are with this Nile hippopotamus just outside of the river here. But we'll head on away from the Nile hippopotamus and cross on over Safi River, where you'll see the Nile crocodile down below. A very large carnivore known to grow to be about 16 feet long. They're known for their powerful jaw strength as they'll eat lots of meat. They're only nurturing to their young, in which they'll cradle their eggs to help them hatch or carry their young in their jaws to protect them from any potential danger nearby. Sometimes they'll have their jaws wide open, allowing the hot air to escape their bodies. Other times they much prefer to swap between land and water to help regulate their body temperature. That makes water super important. We can help out animals here by making sure that waterways stay clean. Disposing of trash and chemicals appropriately helps with those animals a lot. Also us humans too, as we also need lots of clean water to stay nice and cool and hydrated. But also take a look around. All of these beautiful plants need water, especially for the larger trees that we'll start to see around the bends, like this one upcoming on your right. This large tree is going to be known as the baobab tree. Now the baobab trees get a couple of cool nicknames, some of them being the upside down tree, and that's because those branches look fairly similar to roots. They tend to stay leafless for about 9 months out of the year, allowing lots of water to be stored inside. They kind of act like a large sponge. Animals tend to walk up to the baobab trees to munch on the wood and receive that water. We'll see some more baobabs as we make our way on into the savanna. A very large, wide, hot open ecosystem. Home to many popular animals you may know of, like giraffes, zebra, but also home to some unique species as well. As we go around the bends, we'll start talking about each one as we get a little bit closer to them, but of course they can also get much closer to us here too. With the leaves way up high, the grass is super short, lots of trees being knocked or bulldozed down. This is a very wide, open area. Quite easy to see animals out this way. Now again, we're going to get much closer to those animals out there, and that's when we'll start talking about them. So first, we're going to head on over to some larger kopis or rock formations. Usually by the kopis, we'll see some larger predators nearby, so we'll take a peek and see who we can find. especially over here on this left-hand side, you'll start to see the den, where nearby you'll find the African painted dogs. African painted dogs are a little bit different than your typical dog back at home, as they're amazing hunters. They'll be led by an alpha male or pair within their packs, and because they're able to communicate fairly well with one another, they're much more successful hunters than even lions at times. Sometimes the African painted dogs are misspoken as hyenas just because of similar colorations and ear shapes. However, the hyenas are part of their own family, known as the Hyenidae family, while the African painted dogs you're seeing today are part of the canid family, a little bit different than other canines. Up ahead on our left, we'll find some sable antelopes, the emblem of our reserve. Known to protect themselves with those curved horns, while other antelope species are going to run far away from danger. We like to say that they'll fight rather than flight. They'll shape their large horns on these large mounds nearby, created by termites. Termites will use dirt, dung, and spit to create them, so once the sun dries them up, they can be as strong as concrete, making great scratching posts, but also nice little bird-eye viewpoints to overlook parts of the savannas. Very useful for all animals, including the tallest of them, like the giraffes. Just up ahead on your right and left-hand sides, you'll start to see the Maasai giraffes, a little bit different than the reticulated giraffe listed on your animal spotting guides. Maasai giraffes are going to have spots that almost look like paint splotches, a little rigid, while the reticulated giraffe will have smooth, round spots. Both part of the giraffe species, though, they're the tallest land animal on Earth, standing about 16 to 20 feet tall, with an extra foot of length on their tongue, used to eat all day long, only sleeping a total of 30 to 90 minutes of the day out of a whole 24-hour period. Not a lot of sleep, so they love to eat, creating these beautiful tree lines. Especially when they see their favorite leaf, they'll be on their way to head on over. Very curious animals too. Since they have no hands, they'll actually use their tongues to feel around their surroundings. But as we go around the bends, we'll start to see the rest of the tower family. Notice how all the giraffes have those little bumps on top of their heads. Notice their ossicones, their skin-covered bone. Both female and male giraffes will get ossicones, while only the male okapi will get them. So if you think way back to the Little Etuary Forest, there's a female okapi that we saw. While far out there on your right-hand side, those gray antelopes are going to be wildebeest. Wildebeest are the second most densely populated animal on Earth, right behind humans, hanging out in large herds with over 1.5 million in a herd. They're also known to hang out with one another and make little noises, kind of like a cow, spelled as GNU instead like new, to kind of call each other to bring them back to their herds. Especially when traveling over thousands of miles every year. Super important for each one to keep up with one another. Which is why later in the evenings they'll sleep in long linear patterns, that way they have space in between one another to stampede quickly away from any potential danger nearby. Well, just up ahead, super close to us, are these two larger light brown antelopes, which are the elands. Elands weigh almost as large as a Maasai giraffe, about 2,000 pounds, while an adult giraffe weighs about 3,000. So with that in mind, elands can also jump 6 feet high, standing about 6 feet high to just their shoulders. It's very large, mighty antelopes. The males tend to have shorter, thicker horns, while females will have longer, thinner horns, but that allows them to kind of stir up the grasses, that way they can create little grass crowns for one another to impress each other, which is really adorable. Well, lucky for us, we're going to see the baby Maasai giraffe super close to us on this right-hand side. Less than a year old, only about 8 feet high, still learning the ropes of the savanna. Super adorable. Just behind the Maasai giraffes, you'll see the Ankole cattle. Ankole cattle are also nicknamed the Watusi cattle, after the Watusi tribe that first domesticated them for those large horns growing about 6 feet tip to tip. Surprisingly lightweight though, as they have a large honeycomb structure inside, like a large beehive, allowing their blood veins to run right through, give them a nice cool breeze all day long. Some other animals here in the savannas much prefer the broken down trees and red clay, so we'll head on through and see who else we can find. Sometimes it's quite easy to see animals out this way, other times not so much. Especially with those red clay walls, acting like a barrier to protect lots of animals like the mantril monkeys up ahead on your left. The largest one being the male, while the smaller ones are all females, all full grown. So they're the largest monkey on Earth. With a very small tail, they almost look like Rafiki with that coloration on front and back side. They love to hide really well in between the bushes over there, so you'll start to see them hanging out. Those colorations will grow super bright whenever they have strong emotions. But we're going to dive on a little bit deeper into these red clay walls and hopefully find some more animals just hiding in between, as sometimes they'll cause some road closures. which some animals will hang out in between those red clay walls, kind of gnawing on it to eat that red clay. Gives them lots of good vitamins. Us humans will also use red clay as the mineral coltan, which is found in all electronic devices. As you can imagine, we use lots of red clay and coltan every single day, just like a variety of all other animals here do. We can stay in balance with one another by recycling older electronics we no longer use. That way, whenever we buy new ones, we're using the same amount versus taking too much away from others that utilize it. Especially just up ahead, past these red clay walls, we may be lucky to see some footprints down below or markings from whenever lots of animals will hang out in between. But just past these red clay walls, we'll hopefully see somebody that may be hiding in between those large trees as well. Especially with all the baobab trees on that far left-hand side. Baobab trees get their other nickname known as the Tree of Life, and that's because they provide a variety of animals lots of water. Although we may not see somebody right away on this left-hand side, we'll keep on moving along. After all, those baobab trees can hold hide lots of animals in between. Now we may be lucky to find some more animals hiding on this far right-hand side here shortly, but soon we're also going to dive on into the watering hole. A really good place to hang out by. So lots of animals like to hang out by the water side to stay nice and cool and hydrated, or they tend to just hang out there all day long. Now sometimes we'll briefly hang out with one another a little bit longer in some places due to some animals briefly crossing the road. Sounds like we are waiting for somebody to hop out of the road just around the bends from here. Nothing for us to see right now, but once they move, we'll be on our way here shortly. Lucky for us, it sounds like they just hopped out of the road, so it shouldn't be too much longer. Thank you for your patience. We'll hopefully be moving here smoothly and shortly. Now, especially during the water sides, lots of animals like to hang out here, especially lots of birds. But just up ahead, we're going to see a flamboyance or family of greater flamingos. Hence their name. Greater flamingos are one of the taller of their species, stand about 5 feet tall, with this really pretty light pink coloration on their feathers, which in general comes from their diet, brine shrimp. Brine shrimp has a protein known as beta-carotene, which gives them all that pink color that you'll see. Which is when they're first born, they'll either have white or gray feathers, while other species of flamingo, due to their smaller size, are not that darker pink saturated color. Far left in between the trees, you'll see the African elephant, way back there. Very large African elephant, most likely a male, as males tend to hang out by themselves, while females will hang out in large groups or families known as a matriarch. They'll use their large ears to cool down their body temperatures by 10 degrees or so, and also hear sounds from miles away, even like bees buzzing. We may see the African elephant a little bit better as we pass by these red clays over here, or you may just see them hiding between the trees on this left-hand side. You'll see them once more right in between the trees on the far, far left, before we head on to some new territories. Looks like a large, huge mud puddles or mud wallows, in which some animals like white rhinos will roll around in the mud and dirt, covering themselves in it, almost like a natural sunscreen or a natural bug repellent. Helps protect their skin from the harmful UV rays, but also from bugs nearby. We'll start to see the white rhinos a little bit better as we go around the bends, as they're all hanging out with one another just past the mud wallow here. You'll kind of see how the bases of the trees or the logs nearby are also covered in that mud, helping spread it all over their bodies. But as you can see, white rhinos are a very large species of rhino, each one weighing about 5,000 pounds. The Afrikaans word fight, meaning wide, describes their lip shape as it's quite wide and flat, perfect for them to munch on the lighter grasses of the savannas. Horns made of keratin, the same protein as your hair and fingernails, quite strong. But you'll see them a little bit better here on your right-hand side as well, with their very wide and flat feet, resting on their tippy toes, allowing them to tippy-toe around 30 to 40 miles per hour. Now, along with those wide and flat lips, those wide and flat feet are pretty cool too. That's usually how animals will get their names, especially the rhinos with their wide lips. So the Afrikaans word "white," meaning wide, it kind of sounds like the color white, so it's actually a little bit of a mistranslation when naming them. Although they're pretty fast on those 4 feet, some other animals will be a little bit quicker. So once we get a little bit more of a safer clearance, we'll start to see the white rhinos here on your left-hand side a little bit better, along with the coalition or family of cheetahs upcoming on your left. Cheetahs are going to be the fastest land animal on Earth, reach about 60 to 70 miles per hour in just 3 seconds. So we'll see them just upcoming on that left-hand side here. But I think we'll maybe hanging tight for just a moment here, letting the warden pass on by first. You kind of see the 3 of them just on the edge of the tree line over there, with their tails kind of waggling. Cheetahs are one of the many crepuscular species, though. They tend to be active early mornings or late evenings. Midday, when it's super hot, lots of animals like to retreat for the shadows, so quite unique for them to hang out. Especially on a day like today, after the rain, helps them stay nice and cool. But thank you for your patience as we're going slowly pulley around the bends here. Looks like we'll start to see the cheetahs a little bit better on this left-hand side now.
Over
Now,
here.
if we're lucky, we'll see a whole coalition or family of 5 that tends to live on these hillsides over here. Looks like the warden's working on it though, making their way on wherever they need to go. So thank you for your patience. In the meantime, we'll be moving here shortly. But again, thank you for your patience. We're going to give them lots of space. You can kind of see the white rhinos scratching their horns and their head just on this left-hand side. Lucky for us, it looks like the ostriches were following right behind them. Ostriches are the fastest land animal on 2 legs with only 2 toes per foot, allowing them to run about 30 to 40 miles per hour, making those sharp, crazy turns all over the savannas with those wings rather than flying. These are both female ostriches with gray feathers. Male ostriches will have black feathers in comparison. And since they have no teeth, they'll actually munch on a little bit of seed and a little bit of dirt to help grind up their food. But we'll head on away from the cheetahs and the coalition of them and head on over to a larger kopje or rock formation. Usually by the kopjes, we'll see some larger predators lying around on the rocks. So upcoming on your left-hand side, lucky for us, I do see a pair of ears just on the edge over here. Right next to them is going to be the water bucks, but right on top, the lions. So the male lion has the fur or mane, while the female lions do not. They're going to be known as the lioness. The lioness tends to do most of the hunting for the pride, while the males are going to stay back and protect their territory and pride. Pride is their family name, and if you want to say lion in Swahili, they'll be known as Simba. While the water bucks are one of my favorite species of antelope, not on your animal spotting guides, they have heart-shaped noses and a beautiful gray shaggy coat with a stinky oil covering them, helping them stay water resistant. These are all female water bucks, as male water bucks have tall horns with little ridges on them. It's a really good view of all of them, especially the little water bucks. That coloration on their backside helps their young kind of follow each other. Now the male lion has a very small mane, and that's because he's only about 2 years old. When they reach about 5 or 10, that's when that mane is going to get much larger and darker in time, just like those roars that can be heard from miles away. Definitely listen out for them, you may just be lucky to hear them. We're heading on away from the high grounds and passing by some lower grounds, where on that back left you'll find a warthog. Quickly, the warthogs are a large mammal, usually the largest mammal to burrow. Sometimes we're using burrows rather than making their own. When they're ready to head on into the burrows, they'll go backwards in, chest facing outward, ready to charge at about 30 miles per hour.
Take a picture.
Almost as fast as those ostriches that we saw. This is a little bit more of their territory, and they must be out and about looking for seeds to munch on. But they have leads and eggs upcoming on our right-hand side. A clutch of ostrich eggs, each one weighing about 3 pounds. If you wanted to, you can actually stand on an ostrich egg without them breaking, and that's because those shells are super strong. Helps protect them from any potential danger nearby, especially when the ostriches are out and about. Lucky for them, though, they have laid their eggs just on the edge of the savannah, a little bit closer to the warden's post. We'll head on out and over and see what else they have in store for us for today, as the wardens will do lots of conservation. Helps keep the natural balance or harmony between us humans and all the cool animals we've seen today. Lots of rain barrels set out to collect rainwater to reuse, and also their cute companions known as Nigerian dwarf goats. They make some amazing milk and cheese. The wardens will collect that milk and cheese in order to eat and drink, or sell back in the village for profit. Very good for the wardens, and for nature as they don't take up a lot of farmland, but also good for the goats, as they love the companionship and protection that they receive from the wardens. Next to them are all those clothes on the clothesline, saving electricity by drying those clothes outside. But then just in front was that triangular yellow hanging box, a beehive fence created by the Disney Conservation Fund as part of the Bees and Elephant Project. A really cool research study in which they found that African elephants don't really care for bees. Just like us humans, we don't like to get stung or bitten by insects either. So luckily, African elephants will use their super sensitive hearing to listen out for bees buzzing from miles away. So having beehive fences around African farmlands protects the crops from potentially getting eaten by the African elephants, provides a home for the bees to live in, but most importantly protects those African elephants from dangers nearby like poaching. Unfortunately, most of the animals you've seen today are either endangered or threatened, meaning that there's not many of them left on Earth anymore, making conservation efforts super important. However, y'all are already doing the most important stuff today, which is just simply learning about these animals. Gaining that knowledge and spreading that awareness to fellow friends and family members is one of the most important first steps. So as you continue to explore Animal Kingdom, definitely check out all the other animal counters out there, as there's a few. On all of those, you can earn some Wilderness Explorer badges. If you are a Wilderness Explorer on board, remember the name of our truck today, Simba 1. SIMBA 1. Simba 1 is the name of our truck. In order to earn that badge, just up the hill and to the right with the next Wilderness Explorer cast member. But it does look like the warden's almost ready for us just up there, so make sure you have all your personal belongings together. You don't want to leave anything behind for your next journeys out there. My friends here in Harambe, we don't like to say goodbye, a little far too final and far too sad. Here instead, we like to say Kwaherini, which just means to go well in Swahili. So Kwaherini for now. Go well, go wild, make a difference out there, and have an amazing day here in Disney's Animal Kingdom, wherever the next adventure leads you to. Watch that right-hand side, hands, arms, feet, and legs, our stores are opening. Once they fully open, watch your step. Double check your rows and Kwaherini for now.
Kwaherini. Is this the very 19? I saw you and I was like, I got it down here.
Kwaherini. That means, so goodbye for now.
Goodbye for now.
It's nice. How'd you like it? How'd you like it?
It was cool.
nice.
She went kind of fast, though. I couldn't get
Yeah,
everything.
she went very fast.
When
but
you're
it was
trying
okay.
to get the pictures, that's the only thing. But it was a lot, and it was great to be in the wilderness.
Do you think you could survive if you had to live in it?
No,
Huh?
no, because I wasn't gonna be on fighting with these animals out here. No, I know, but there's one way we
You do that every day today, though,
Yeah, but
right?
it's a different type of animal. I got more opportunities where I live at than they do, so I don't even know how they're so big.
Miss Cotton,
What's that?
how'd you enjoy the safari?
Oh, it was really nice. Yep, it was really nice. I enjoyed seeing the animals. They had.
Oh my, hold on.
Isn't it down here, Jamie? What? The scooter.
This way.
This way. But it was enjoyable.
Of course. Oh yeah. Especially because we getting ready to go party over there. You guys coming? Yeah.
I like your
All right.
your attire.
Oh, thank you.
It's her birthday. Y'all want to get in the picture?
Oh, it's your birthday, mommy. All right. That's right.
You know, tell me where you're from.
Well, we're from different parts of Africa. We're a band that plays here.
Oh, you're a band.
We're a band.
Oh,
We're about
okay.
to go play now, so we
Oh,
gotta catch
great.
showtime. Yes.
You said what?
They're the man.
They're getting ready to do the show. Oh, you guys are in the band?
Yes, ma'am.
What's
We
the
gotta
name
go
of the
make
band?
showtime right now.
What's the name of the band?
Burudika. To refresh
From Africa.
oneself in Swahili, yes.
Okay.
All right.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Take care. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yes.
And your reflection, it lives in you. Let's sing it again. Come on. It lives in you. He lives in me. He watches over everything we see. Into the water, into the truth. In your reflection, he lives in you. Clap your hands. Come on.
He lives in me. He watches over everything we see. Into the water, into the truth. In your reflection, he lives in you. Jesus, he lives in me. He lives in me. He watches over everything we see. Into the water, into the truth. Swahili juice. Nasi lashoni namba televani. Omena gupi batu, gotona na mjajiraje. Sisalibo ni gazi likubuza, wela iti pesa. Abasagi tiksem kulumani wo. Siko keli se tuteta ni bongi bo. Songe sifunu butula, welinga mtania. Tiwet, siti shiong, jigong, jigong, jigong. Shiong, jibo, dabo. Ajemu nu ni veda besi. Jemu jibo, dabo. City panting of Quevedo, panting a collecchini, get to two. Yegala, no cupula, no way of it. I see my man, you are it. Taki sees was said to. I see my man, you are it. Taki is well to. Yalla mama, yalla mama, yalla mama, yalla mama, mama. Lashoni nanga, nani tell mani. Amena go be matoja. Titi ho tela ni mina, gijara belu go matoja. Yeah, boy, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Our
Continue
pleasure.
with some more music.